You're listening to Wisdom of the Ancients, where ancient wisdom is remembered. Hello, beautiful, incredible, amazing, shining Wisdom Tribe. Thank you so much, everyone, for bringing your elevated states of consciousness and your light to the show. Thank you so much. And we have a special time today, which hopefully allows more people in Europe and in other parts of the world to attend. We always have people from all over the world, but this time is not 3 a.m. in like Eastern Europe. So hopefully there's more of you who don't typically get a chance to attend live and you listen to replays. Hopefully this is a wonderful opportunity for you to actually listen to the show live. So thank you, everyone, wherever you might be on this beautiful, beautiful planet of ours. Thank you for being here. Thank you for bringing your incredible vibration and aligning with the frequency of the show. Let me share with you that the season's theme is the illuminated soul, resonance with the truth that is within. And the word that isn't in that sentence is the truth that is already within. And so we have these amazing speakers, our beautiful guests who are here as instruments, as conduits of the divine to really help us see our own light and recognize our own light and remember our own light. Yeah, the beautiful truth that is already within. And so as we start the show, we call on the ancient ones. We call on the ascended masters. We call on our various guides. We call on the beautiful, divine, beloved beings of love, light, power, and service to be with us today, to support us and open our hearts to the message that is going to be shared with us. So let me introduce our next guest for the show to you all. Camilla KumaRa is a soul path guide and a light language sound healer based in Sweden. She is a transmitter of multiple aspects of source love light, a pure channel working through the Akashic and greater cosmic records. Her many roles also include being a key holder and star gatekeeper of the North. The most appreciated part of Camilla's work is her way of toning, chanting, or speaking light language, which creates an instant change in the vibrations for everyone listening. And I'm sure we'll hear some of that on the show today. So it gives me great joy to welcome Camilla to Wisdom of the Ancients. Welcome, Camilla.
Well, thank you very much, Ian. I am so happy to be you today once again. I'm really honored to be on the show.
And we're honored to have you. You've been on the show before, and I know that many people listening really resonated with what you had to say and with what came through you last time. So we are so excited for another round, so to speak, of Camilla. So beautiful to have you back on the show. And let me share with everyone, today Camilla's going to be talking about living with grace when claiming your true soul heritage. So we'll be talking about true soul heritage. And there will be an opportunity for questions. As always, this is a live show. So *2 to raise your hand. And you'll have the opportunity to speak to Camilla. And there might be healings that come through. There might be light language that comes through Camilla. So *2 to raise your hand. You've been brought here for a reason. And if you're feeling the inclination, well, that's the divine tapping you in the shoulder saying, come on, raise your hand. You can do it. So *2 to raise your hand. We'll take some questions on the phone. We'll take some questions on the web. And then Camilla's going to be taking everyone through a group activation, really channeling a beautiful light being Aurora. And of course, I'll have Camilla share who Aurora is in just a moment. But that's a little bit about the show. So everyone, thank you so much again for being here. And thank you again, Camilla, for being here and shining your light for the wisdom community.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Well, we can just bask in the light, but I guess this is we need to actually fill the airwaves with some language too. So I'm feeling really amazing. I think you've brought someone with you. There are beings with you. I know that I can feel them, and I'm pretty sure that everyone in the audience can feel them too. So I wanted to ask you to start off with. You have a beautiful light being who you work with, and I don't know the relationship you have, so maybe you can share who this being is and what your relationship is.
Well, Aurora, I say she because I receive her as a feminine light being, very bright. But then again, she is also a field or frequency field or consciousness that we can tap into. So we can receive her as both. But she came to me very clearly I would say, in the beginning of this year, 2019, I had a very strong vision with her. I was asked to go to this planetary stargate. I was at earlier opening up the stargate in the northern part of Sweden. And she asked me to go there once again for the equinox in 2019, this March. And so it was a really exciting journey. And we were up in the north. And of course, this is a bit special because, as many of you know, of course, we have the Aurora lights, the Aurora Borealis, the northern lights. They are also called the Auroras. So this is a bit interesting that she is connected with the north, and she came to me where you really can see the northern lights very, very beautifully. And since then she comes through very often, and she is a very strong, loving energy. And you really feel your own frequency rising very much when you tap into her energies. It's quite amazing, and she's here really to support the growth we are in as a collective here on Earth, and the shift that we really are part of.
Beautiful, beautiful. So Aurora is here with everyone right now, and will be coming in a greater power as the call goes on, because Camilla is going to be doing some channeling. But Camilla, here's what I wanted to ask you. These beings of light, these beautiful divine beings who come in and connect with people like you, so that you can then channel and support others with the guidance that is coming through. So firstly, it's a beautiful offering, and I just wanted to personally thank you for being open and for being in a place where you personally were able to receive the transmissions, because I know they come through at a very high frequency. So let me ask you this, because I think people on the call listening might be asking, are these light beings that, for example, Aurora, as an example, are they available for most people to receive access to? And what is the way we would best prepare ourselves to be able to open up the door, if you will, to connect with a being such as Aurora?
Well, you could say that they are really available for us all. But then again, it's also about a frequency bandwidth, if you would call it that. In my experience, when we start opening up, maybe having some contact with our own spiritual guides, it often starts there. We get these hunches and messages and signs and so on. And then you really tune into that kind of level in the realms. And then as you commit to this path of communicating and having a relationship with your higher self and spirit, you gain access to more frequencies, a greater bandwidth, if you will. And so my experience is that as time goes by and we grow, the energy gets higher, the frequency gets higher, and you can hold more light and a higher energy, and so on. So it's a development. But what is what I really would like to say is that it is about commitment to your soul path. For me, it was to sit every night after my then two children. I have three now, but then two children went to sleep. I sat every night writing, trying to write automatic handwriting and meditating and tuning in. And I did that for a long time. It's like training a muscle, so to speak. So, yeah. So it's here. Mm-hmm. We all have access, but then you grow in what frequency you can tune into.
Right. So it really is as you mentioned, it's a commitment and it's a choice that we make, right? It's a choice because every day we have options. You had options. You had choices after putting your children to bed, and you decided that this was the path for you. And so, what would you say to people who are on a similar path who really desire a greater relationship? Would you have any other advice for those listening today on how to make that commitment? Let's stop there. How to make that commitment?
Well, I would say it is about saying yes to yourself, saying yes to your higher self, saying yes to your soul. To source and source within, and to show that you say yes. That when you see a sign, maybe you see a sign on a bus going by, and it's a message on the bus. It says something, and you can connect that with a thought you just had. And then you react, and then you say, yes, that was a sign. And then again, you get another sign, or you see messages out in nature, and you respond to those messages, and you say yes to whatever comes in your way that feels, this is something for me. So this is something more that when we say yes to our higher self and our souls, we get more contact and more signs, and this is about living with grace. It is that when we start on this journey and we dare to go on this journey, and we look at our fears and we commit to our growth, the flow begins for us, and the signs keep coming, what to do and how to express, and what is my role for the whole, for the community, for our earth and our mother planet, and for the shift and everything.
Thank you for sharing that. Really wonderful information for those people who are trying to establish a deeper connection. So now that Aurora's here and you have a relationship with her, what is Aurora bringing through you for the rest of us, for humanity, if you will, in terms of the energies that are available and coming in this year? And of course, I think we all feel that they're becoming stronger and stronger, and not just stronger, but purer. There is more opportunity for people to transcend our lower selves. So what is Aurora here to share for the rest of us?
A part of what she's showing me, it's almost like she's coming from the future. She is showing me and others, of course, the road ahead. So when we are facing trouble sometimes, we maybe see everything that is happening on our planet with nature, with people, with our communities, and so on. And when we see all these themes coming up to come up to the surface, she is supporting with how we stay on a high vibration, that we really hold the light, that we are already functioning from the new earth, that we are already fifth dimensional, that we are already co-creating what we really look for in the future. So it's taking the future here, to come from the future and show us what we really can do here, to be the light and to stand like the pillar of light within some of the madness that is going on, or to find our partners, light bringers, and to create some amazing things that is happening already all around. And we see so much happening very fast now, so it's quite amazing times already.
Yeah. You know, I think that many people on the spiritual path, and I say a spiritual path, but you know, on the path to awakening, or there's people who are in various degrees of awakening, but people who feel that there is more and acknowledge and know that we are truly aspects of the divine. And so that's why shows like this exist, to bring people together and to really spread that light. But even so, I know this to be true, that many people feel quite isolated and quite alone, and many people also feel like they can't share their true selves with their families, with their friends. I mean, I hear that all the time. I'd love if this is coming through right now. So I'd love if Aurora and you, Camilla, could share how important is it to really come together as community in these times, to strengthen each other, to really support each other, so that we can really, really move forward at a more rapid pace to really bring in more light?
Well, I just feel that I would like to channel an answer to that question. I just wish to shift over, bringing Aurora here. This is of great importance that you gather, dear ones. This is not only for your personal journey to feel connected. This is for the planet. This is for the connections being made in the grids, the outer grids. You are co-creating a web of light when you come together. This web of light holds much more power, so to speak, than what each and every one of you can individually hold. When you come together and you go into the higher realms, you go into a space within where you are one with your higher self. You are creating together a web of light. This web of light holds much potency for this ascending planet. And so, for those afraid of sharing their light, afraid of sharing their truth, do know, dear ones, that you have more support than you can imagine in every dimension, every higher dimension. You are waited for when you step out, being true, when you dare to show more. You are supported. You are supported with the light that you are, and if you use your inner vision now, you can sense and see a diamond form around your energy field. This is a protection of light. It is not the same as putting shields up, because they're one. You do not need the same kind of shields like before. This is a protection of pure light. This is the light that you already hold within your heart and your connection to Source. You are that. Yes, you are.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Such a powerful message. So let us not forget. Let us not forget the words and the vibration that just came through. We are needed. We are needed when we come together like this. We create that grid of light. Every single one of us, it's like the ants in the anthill. Every single one of those ants has a purpose. Every one of us has a purpose, and we've just heard how important it is to come together. So thank you, Camilla and Aurora, for that beautiful message for all of us. I think it really helps to understand that even when we do supposedly the simplest thing of getting on a phone call or listening to a show like this, how much we're actually doing to contribute to bringing more light to the planet. So thank you.
Thank you. It's really about allowing yourself to be important, to allow yourself to be part of something greater, and that your individual vibration has a place for the whole, and that it is called for.
Yeah. So, what do you have to share about once this occurs? How is and I apologize if this question seems redundant or pedantic, but how does this help the ascension and help the planet when we come together? I know that we create this beautiful grid of light. I know in some people's minds it's like, well, what happens next? What happens once the grid of light has been created and we've all come together? Do we just continue and continue and continue? Is there something that's coming through that's more of a result or a place?
Well, my view and my what I have seen and the messages I've received during the years, it's a lot about, well, for one thing, the ascension is through us. It's about embodiment. It is about ascending while in a body, being incarnated here. And it's also about our planet, that the planet experience a shift. So it's both there. But when we come together and when we do all these shifts and when we raise in vibration bit by bit, it is like every time it's like turning the volume up to it's getting amplified, and the opposite of the light, the opposite loses its power over those that are basically asleep or choosing to be in that low vibration. So it loses its power because the volume of the voice that is of the light is getting so much stronger. But I would like to say also that just as many others, I have had these visions about a specific light, I would say light, coming through that you can see with your eyes. So I've seen this in a vision, a very special light over the sky, that something is happening. Some call this the event. So I've seen this. I've been shown that something is coming that is of a greater shift. But my view is often that, well, I've seen it. I know it will come, but I choose to focus on the time here now, in the present now, what we're doing here now, and to share the light and to do this work and just this is what is important right now.
Yeah. Ushering in the dawn, ushering in the light. Yeah. Wonderful. Well, I know that for those people in the wisdom community and elsewhere who have either been following you or heard you before, I know everyone's looking forward to your beautiful toning and your light language and your sound codes that are going to be coming through in the group process. And sometimes we are really treated to that coming through when we do the personal calls as well. So I don't know what's coming through, what's going to come through, but I'd love to go to the phones for just a little while and just maybe take a call or two and see what comes through for the audience, for the wisdom community.
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. All right, let's do that. Okay, let's go to Port Angeles, Washington, and the last four digits of your phone number are 1419, Port Angeles, Washington. We're going to bring you on in just a second, so just let us know what your name is. And then, by the way, for everyone else, if you joined late, *2 to raise your hand if you'd like to ask Camilla a question, or if you'd like the opportunity to ask a question, or put your question in the webinar box. Okay, so Port Angeles, Washington, you're on live.
Thank you so much for taking my call. My name is Deborah, and I find it amazing that you've answered my question. I have been feeling like I have not been able to share my true self with like my spouse and some members of my family, and just feeling a little bit stuck about that I'm not moving forward the way I want to.
Yeah. Well, hi, Deborah.
Hi.
I really feel with you. I have, in a way, been there as well, and I know how that feels before you really get through. I would just like to say that often we get stuck when we feel that there is too much to lose if we open up, that we are afraid to lose something. So it makes us stay put and makes us remain hidden in the closet, or however we see that. But I have a feeling that this is also about in other timelines, I just sense this connection with fear around stepping out, being true, and making your voice heard. And this is something old and something older than your present life, and this is something from another timeline. And there's so many carrying this fear of being seen for who you truly are. And the beautiful rose-colored light that you are. Are you still there?
Yes, I'm listening. This is so comforting to me. It's so comforting. I so appreciate your words, and I'm hanging on every one.
Oh, that's good. You know, I just feel that it holds a deeper meaning. It's something about a fear from the past, and I would advise you really to breathe through your solar plexus, especially. You know, your center, your solar plexus. Just breathe through that when that fear comes up, and to ask the question, what is really there to lose, and what is there to gain for you, and what this fear is about, because you know you have this light, and I sense it right now, and you you are asked to show that light with the world. So
well, thank you so very much.
Thank you for calling in, and thank you for sharing your voice with the community here.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thanks, Deborah. Much love. Thanks for calling in. Okay, beautiful. Let's go to the web, and we'll just see what's coming through on the web. Okay. So this is Vicky from Plano, Texas. And Vicky's asking, Camilla, would you please be able to assist me with activating and anchoring my heart, brain, gut coherence? So maybe if it's needed, she says if this is needed. Basically, what Vicky would like is support to support herself in the physical with grace and ease. So it sounds like she needs some physical support. But of course, since we've asked the question, anything that's coming through from Vicky's higher self, feel free to address.
Yes, for Vicky. Okay, so I am feeling that I'm going to share some toning for you, Vicky, and my feeling is that this is for others as well. You will feel these frequencies connecting with you, but this is for Vicky, for this coherence taking place. Okay, so this is with a diamond violet ray coming through, and if you close your eyes, you could see the diamond violet ray or color. Ooh, and the vibrations coming through for this. Okay, so I just mention also that I see some, it looks like looks a bit like a grayish stone, or like a lava stone almost, in the gut or belly. So there's something there also, something old or just to be released. So mentioning that, and just to ask your spirit guides or the angels to release these stones. They're actually parts of an old memory, a cellular memory. So just mentioning that as well. Ooh. Yeah.
Thank you. Beautiful. I think, let me ask you, you just mentioned cellular memory, and that stone, was that, there was an energetic stone?
Yes, it was. Often, this is how I see the cellular memories, or it could be something from a past life. It could be, well, often it is from past life. It could be also emotional blockages or something alike. But it looks like, sometimes it looks like small stones. It could be a big stone, or it could be some color, or it could be other images of symbols or things, or people, or humans, or beings, or entities, or it could show in many different ways. But often it is like these stones.
And they would need to be cleared?
Yes, often it needs just that we see them, and to breathe through them, and ask that we can be released from them, that they're going back to, they're dissolving or going back to source with love, and that you breathe in new light, and use your imagination, use your inner visions or images. It's very powerful to play around with the images. It's very powerful.
I think that we are so much more powerful than we realize, right? Oh, there's so much power. Yeah, the imagery, imagination. Wow. Sometimes if we only realize, well, sometimes we do realize, but maybe not often enough as we think. Here's a question from Diana in Northport in Florida, and she's asking, "Hi Camilla, please check me for anything that is keeping me from becoming the best version of myself."
Hi, Diana. Yes, I am tuning into your energy just with your name and where you are. Okay, so I just feel that in this present moment, this is only what I can see and feel into right now. In this present moment, there is a need for the water element, a cleansing, like a water element. Could be a water dragon being, or just a water element, to call in the water element to cleanse the aura, to cleanse the energy body. It's out in the aura actually, so we'll just see the water element cleansing through the emotional body as well, connected with water. And so also always ask the elementals of the water to support you in this. The cleansing of the aura. It's stuff that gets stuck from the outside world. Energies get stuck in the energy field. So just a cleansing with the water element right now. Good luck, Diane, with everything. And thank you for asking a question.
Thank you. Wonderful, wonderful. Well, everyone, we still have a beautiful activation that Camilla and Aurora are going to be taking us through in a while. But I wanted to take this opportunity now, Camilla, to have you share about your offer, because it does involve transmissions from Aurora. Plus, there's also the opportunity to work with you. And since we've had a couple of callers, people have a small sense of what it's like to work with you. But I think people might be curious as to, what would happen if they had a private session. So I'm going to have you take us through your offer, if you don't mind. But before you do that, everyone, if you'd like to follow along visually, and if you're on the webinar page, then you know to click the orange special offer button underneath Camilla's photograph. And when you click that, you'll be taken to the offer page that Camilla's going to share about in just a moment. But if you're not on the webinar page and you want to follow along, you type in WOTA show, WOTAshow.com/Camilla, which is CAMILLA, and the number 8. Everything's lowercase, so it's WOTAshow.com/Camilla. That's with 2 L's, CAMILLA, and then the number 8. Everything's lowercase, and that will give you the chance to follow along visually, which I know many of you enjoy doing. So, Camilla, please tell us about your 2 options that you've provided for the community today.
Well, yes, thank you. The first part, option 1, is also something that I was guided by Aurora to put together. This is a webinar series, and I will host 5 webinars or meetings. This will be with video, so you will see me as well, and signing light language as well, because I both talk and sing and sign with my hands. So these webinars are an opportunity to really bask in the frequencies of Aurora. She will guide us through a very deep meditation each time, and we will go through what's called the 12th dimensional crystalline stargates. It's basically going through the gates of heaven. It's really powerful to experience. And so each time we are doing a different kind of meditation, all starting at the 0-point field and going to the 12th dimensional crystalline stargates. And she will support us with transfiguring energies, transfiguring frequencies. So you might really feel that you change, you raise in your own vibration, and to experience this on a deep, deep level. This is DNA activating and very much healing into this. And so we are meeting 5 times, starting January 8th, and it's all on Wednesdays. But of course, we are spread out across the globe. So if you cannot be with us live, there will be a recording with both video and audio. So you could listen several times to really go into these energies. So I'm really happy to do this together with Aurora. And the private session, the option 2 is the same, but with a private session. And this time I'm really focusing on the cellular memory cleansing and to go into, for once and for all, release those memories, these Akashic and cosmic memories that is holding us back, blockages in our energy field. So for you to be who you are, to step forward as the light that you are, and to take that leap into the new. So it's a lot about the records and past lives or other timelines, depending on how you view that. But it's powerful, and I'm looking forward connecting with you over Skype or Zoom if you preferred Zoom. So
beautiful, wonderful. So there's the private session, and in that private session, is it mostly yourself working with the client, or is it Aurora also working with the client?
It could be Aurora, it could be other ascended masters or angels or star guides. Every session is different. Every time I connect with a beautiful soul, it's different. And so whatever comes through that is of greatest importance at that time for this particular soul. I work with many dimensional levels and different beings of light.
Wonderful. So regarding these cellular memories, I know we spoke about them a little earlier as well when we spoke about the energetic stones, the cellular memories. If we're carrying these in our being, I'm sure people are visualizing this right now, visualizing the energetic stones in our being. Almost feels like a kidney stone or something to me, to be honest with you, as I'm talking about it. But how are they impacting us on a day-to-day basis? How are they blocking us? If you can share with people so we have maybe a deeper understanding of the consequences of not clearing them.
Well, it could, of course, go to that extent that it creates disease. But also it could just be creating fears, like the fear of being seen. If you have a cellular memory, in the Akashic, from being burned as a witch, for example, you carry a fear of being seen with your gifts or your spirituality, maybe. Or just to take an example, I had a session with a client who, in just the last minutes of the session, mentioned she had pain in her shoulder for years, and it didn't go away. And I tuned in, and what I saw was a bullet. I saw a bullet in her shoulder from another timeline. with the support of higher dimensional guides, and we could remove that bullet and transmuting it to loving energy back to source, and light could get through. And the response afterwards, when she contacted me afterwards, was that the pain was gone and didn't come back. So it was very important energy work being done there, removing this bullet from another timeline.
Right, right. And you mentioned fear, so, the third dimension is mostly a fear-based reality. So I think that point that you just shared with us should not be lost, that these cellular memories could be keeping us in a fear-based reality, which is one thing that prevents us from really ascending to the higher dimensions. Yes,
absolutely. And of course, when we work on ourselves, and maybe we do not exactly see these images from our energy body, but we feel the emotion, we feel the fear, and maybe we work with the fear and breathe through it, or working with it with our love, and like that, we could release that fear for good as well. So we can do it in other ways. But what I see is that for me, all these moments of seeing myself in other timelines, both traumatic but also very empowering visions of myself in very different surroundings, both on Earth and on other planets, have really had a great impact for myself to have the courage to be more of who I am. So
lovely. All right. Well, I think everyone's looking forward to that beautiful process. But before we move into that, I'd love to take just one more question. I think it's one of the best parts of the show is being able to really help people. And of course, when one person is helped, it often / always helps everyone else, because we're, of course, in the collective. So let's go to, I think it's New Brunswick. The city says Woodstock, NB. I think it's New Brunswick. I could be wrong. But the last four digits of your phone number are 1654, 1654. And you're on live with Camilla, if that's you. Anyone home in Woodstock? Hello? Oh, okay. So they have just dropped off the line. They've just... Okay, so maybe they try to hit unmute or something like that, or anyway. So I'll take a web question. This is more of a general question, Camilla. It's from Eve in Maine, and Eve is asking, for people who feel that they don't belong on this planet, who are extremely sensitive, compassionate, maybe they have a deep connection to nature, what are we doing here?
Well, it could be millions of reasons, of course, but I would say generally with starseeds, with empaths, with highly sensitive persons, we are here with our unique vibration to be part of a great awakening, a great shift on this planet. And we are needed. We are needed with the vibration we come with. And so you might feel like an alien in your surroundings or too sensitive. But do know that you are most valuable for the unified field, for the whole of this planet. And I do advise, if you feel that you are sensitive in any way, taking much time with nature, connect with nature. And when you connect with nature, connect with the inner earth sun, with the center of our planet, with the inner earth. And acknowledge that you also are part of the earth, that you also have an earth sun body, that you have a beautiful gift of this body, and to have the experience of embodiment. So to cultivate your connection with your embodiment helps and supports. And of course, to connect with those that think or feel in the same way. Of course, we can feel like aliens or different or sad that we are not at our home planets, if that is what we feel. But feel that and then go back to, I am here on this planet with my light, and I share my light with others, and I am not alone. I have my star family with me, and I can connect with them through my heart at any time. Yeah.
Thank you.
So I hope that was helpful for you.
Thanks, Eve, for writing in. And you know what I'm taking away from these transmissions and a lot of this call today is the importance of us simply being here with our light, with our commitment, and with our vibration. How much we really are needed. So that's all of us. We're all so needed. And this message that you've just transmitted was so beautiful. And for everyone who maybe joined later, there was also a beautiful, beautiful message earlier on as well around the very same thing, how much we're needed, how much we're part of the light grid, just simply by being our essence and acknowledging who we are, that we have such an important job to do. Yeah. Yes. Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for all your wonderful sharing, Camilla.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Yeah. Would now be an okay time to take everyone through the group activation? I know you've been doing work and doing some channeling already, but it'd be wonderful if you'd be able to do that for us now.
Yes, it's a perfect timing, and I feel almost like a eager energy around. Maybe you feel that too. Okay, so well, I just shift over and allowing, especially Aurora to come through, but there's also other beings. I also feel star beings, his star families, and other ascended masters are here. I really feel the energy of Christ consciousness coming through. But then again, we have Aurora in the center here, so whew. Dearest ones, I ask you to now close your eyes if that feels comfortable for you, and connect with your heart. And breathe through your heart. Breathe through that part of yourself where your divine essence resides. Breathe through the flame within. And I invite you to see a diamond light coming from our source. A beautiful diamond light going down through the great central sun, going past the central sun and our sun. And you see the diamond light going through your higher chakras into your body, going down to your heart, connecting with the essence within. The diamond light going down through your lower chakras, through your feet and into earth, and breathe down to the center of the earth. And breathe up again. Breathe up again through your earth star up to your heart. Connect within. Connect. And as these codes come, do see how you're remaining, what is left of those fears, of that guard being held up. You are safe here in this unified field. As the light codes come through, let the guard down now. Let it dissolve as you allow yourself to be the love you are. I am here for you now as we dive together into a higher timeline. Pateniar hututora no hashir hoha. Nora rabu aveniar hututua jetitiar hututuara. Niero dodoana nantiar hututonoa afuahi. Rojda vuhu avehiana tuatatanatiata. Aurora nana hiatuashtiti. Arroshia vuaka. And breathe down to your earth star below your feet. Beloved one, you are held in the embrace of the Cosmic Mother, the Great Father, with the Christ and the Sophia, your help, by your soul monad, longing to express through you as a vessel on earth. The time is now. The time is now. Fear not. Fear not, dear one. Our love holds you. Regardless of where you are, who you are. A rose-colored light shining through you, shining through your DNA now, down. A rose light now through your being down to earth, anchoring down to the grids of the earth. Through your feet down to the grids of the earth. Your physical body now, connecting with earth, connecting with the ground where you are, connecting with the soil, with nature, with the waters, with the trees. And breathe down from your heart down to your feet and down into earth. You're anchoring much light now. And breathe down. And welcome. Welcome back. And thank you for joining me during this activation and during this transmission with Aurora. Thank you.
We are so grateful to receive all that which is being transmitted right now. Opening to receive and to remember, opening to receive the light. Thank you, Camilla, beautiful, beautiful soul, for being here on the show today and sharing so much beauty and so much really love and giving us all that really sense of how much we are needed. It's a calling, and it might be an aspect of our purpose, but it is part of our purpose of how much we're needed to simply be here. And the transmissions and the channeling and the reminders that you shared with us today, may they be anchored in our being so all of us remember our own importance and how that we truly are enough. We are already enough, and we are important. We are making a difference. Thank you so much for that beautiful reminder.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, and thank you for holding the space for me and for Aurora to come through and connect with so many. So I feel very grateful.
All right, Camilla, thank you. Much love. It's been a pleasure having you on the show. Thank you so much for your time and your love today.
Thank you.
Okay, beautiful soul, shining lights. Thank you all for being here, for doing your part, for keeping your vibration high. Thank you for your commitment to your own evolution. Thank you for answering the call when you saw that light, knowing that that is where you truly belong, knowing that is who you truly are. Thank you, sweet souls, for being here. And we thank Divine Mother, we thank Divine Father, we thank Mother Earth and Father Sun, we thank Aurora, we thank the Ancient Ones, the beautiful, divine, beloved beings of love, light, power, and service, for creating this, for being here and supporting us, and bringing us all together in this beautiful circle of love and light. Thank you all. Bye now. Namaste.